and welcome to Breakfast for Dinner. Good morning to you. Hey. So, first of all, most importantly on the agenda, number one, numero uno.
It's an unveiling?
It's an unveiling. And it is Frank Jaws, the plant.
Frank Jaws, ladies and gentlemen.
Frank Jaws. Maybe I'll make him like a little hat so that he can not feel...
Hat.
Yeah, because
he
might feel left out.
This is Hat Day.
It is Hat Day.
It's not Hatter Day, but it's real close.
Getting there.
All right. Well,
like 2 days from when you guys see this.
2 days.
It'll be Hatter Day.
Well, welcome to Breakfast for Dinner. We're the Dunnes. I'm Steve.
I'm Dee. And today, let's talk a little about attire.
Yeah.
So
I like your hat.
I like your hat.
Oh, thank you.
And it's funny because Captain Steve over here, he's actually this is a hat that's available in Mario Odyssey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, something very, very similar to that hat, anyway.
Yes.
And we don't have it yet, but we're gonna get it.
You know, I got an idea.
Yeah.
I think I'm gonna take some of those googly eyes and put them on this hat. Make a cappy.
Yes, I'm into
That's
it.
what I'm gonna do.
Yeah. Well, we're revealing our possible Dunne cosplay.
Ooh.
Better tell your friends to get in on this.
DunneCon 2020. Yeah.
Again, a few weeks from now. Make sure you're on that Facebook page. Make sure you know where the event is. Again, all that stuff will be in the description today, as it always is. So just go down there, take a look.
Yep.
And we'll see you at DunneCon.
Yes.
And then we'll also, maybe we'll get our Discord server involved in this. Who knows?
You never know.
Our Discord server is dead as full
anything's
right now.
possible.
Yeah. So, yeah, it'll be great. So we got that DunneCon promotion out of the way.
Yes.
But yeah, pardon me. So today, Steve and I were trying to figure out, because we like to have a broad topic of some kind to kind of bounce off one another and everything, because our conversations get real wonky sometimes when we don't have that. So we decided today that we wanted to talk about seasonal affective disorder, and it was Steve that brought it up, and I'm going to let Steve just kind of tell you about why.
All right, so seasonal affective disorder, it's a mood disorder that affects people at this time of the year. When we start coming into the winter, you get kind of a drop in energy level, you get a little bit sad, which I used to make fun of this a lot when I was younger, when I was in my early 20s, because I was relatively sure that it was just some bullshit thing that people made up. It's like, sad, really? Really, the abbreviation for something describing sadness is sad? But anyway, but seasonal affective disorder really is a thing. So I'm kind of going through it right now myself. Just like last week or so, I've just been feeling kind of down.
Yeah.
So I attribute it to the change in season. Like, could be, because I just had my birthday, and makes me think about my grandpa who died right about my birthday, 20 plus years ago. But
always stealing your thundergrams.
Yeah. Well, this year it was Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah. Well,
whatever.
Yeah. Rip, Mr. Van Halen. We appreciate you, sir.
Be shredding that flying V. So all right. I'm sad. That was irreverent, just like always. So saith the captain.
Yep.
All right.
That's it. That's
so yeah, but I mean, as with all, medical conditions, all psychological issues, if you need to see a legitimate provider about it, please do. Depression is a very serious thing.
Yeah, and you can't tell if it's seasonal affective or anything like that without really a true evaluation. Right. Because it could be PTSD where you're associating some event from a period of time and not even realizing that event was traumatic. So yeah, do see clinicians about this. Also, vitamin D is not as readily available in the wintertime because we're not seeing as much sunlight. So some folks find it beneficial to take a vitamin D supplement. Of course, talk to your physician before you make any major changes to your diet or physical exercise or regimens or whatever.
The thing about vitamin D, a lot of people don't know, is it's one of the 4 fat-soluble vitamins.
Yeah.
So you can actually overdose on vitamin D.
Yeah, because it's stored in the fat.
Yeah. Or any other vitamin, K, A, D, and E.
Just run right through you.
No, K, A, D, and E stay with you.
Oh, they do,
Everything else just gets flushed out.
Yeah, so you can overdose on it. So, make sure you are sure of your levels before you go making that sort of change.
Absolutely.
But another thing that is helpful, especially for people that infrequently suffer from the SADs, as it were, is a light. Like right now, we're actually using my SAD light as our lighting source. And we have for breakfast, for dinner this entire time because, well, first of all, it's the brightest light we have in the house.
Yeah.
And secondly, it's actually helpful and beneficial to sit in front of this for, between like 5 and 30 minutes a day. So we do it at least once a week. So, hey, probably doing all right.
Yeah, and it's cool because it's a full spectrum light. It more or less imitates sunlight. So it brings out it suppresses melatonin production, it increases vitamin D.
It makes the brain do the think.
Does good things for you. Wakes you up, makes you realize it's not sleepy time, it's wakey time.
It's wakey time now. It's time for waking.
Yeah.
So that's and it is, again, it's so important that you see a physician about these things. Although I will tell you, I did look up some little factoids about seasonal affective disorder. This is a mood disorder characterized by depression that occurs at the same time every year. Seasonal affective disorder occurs in climates where there is less sunlight at certain times of the year.
Like here in Michigan.
It's treatable by a medical professional. It usually resolves itself within a few months, obviously. Because,
like when the sun comes back?
Like when the sun comes back. It's usually self-diagnosable, is what it says. And, you know your body. You know how you feel. And if you're feeling off and it's dark outside more of the time, good chance that you're suffering with this. And lab tests or imaging, it says, is not required. So they don't even really require you to get a blood test. But if you're getting vitamin D supplements, get a blood test. And I'm saying this as having a very extreme needle phobia. I actually haven't had blood work since I was 19 or so, but I'm also not trying to take vitamin D very often at all.
This is true.
I take it once every couple of weeks if I take it at all. So, yeah. So again, I'm going to have a link to my little sad light in the description. Because it is an affiliate link, I have to mention that I am affiliated with Amazon. I have an affiliate with Amazon, so understand that by doing that, we'll get a kickback from that. So that's pretty cool, and we're into that, if you decide to buy one.
I like money.
And they're like $20, so they're not like super expensive, and probably the kickback we'll get is like $1. Oh, yeah. Hey, Al has decided to join us this
is
evening.
Not an advertisement for the light. This is a thing that's helped us, and
hopefully it'll help you as well.
Hey, we got a kitty cat right here.
I'm going to see if I can see him on the camera. We can't even see the kitty. Oh no, let's pick him up. It's the other kitty. It's Al.
This is Al.
Al is a good boy. Al is a very good boy.
ASMR.
I love you.
Yeah, he doesn't normally venture over here, and after I picked him up, he's probably not going to anymore. But there you go.
That's a self-correcting.
Hey, but we got it on camera, so we're good.
Yeah. So we have 2 kitty cats and a puppy dog. And as a matter of fact, the land seal is very interested in what's going on.
I'm not inviting the dog over.
No,
because she just makes a mess of everything. Yeah.
She's adorable, but she is just as high energy as you would expect.
Yeah.
We refer to her as the land seal. And back when I streamed regularly, I would have a land seal approved just because she would come. It was like clockwork. Halfway through my set, every single night, she would come over and be like, "It's Emma time! Hi, it's Emma time!" And then she'd come over. Luckily, she has forgotten that for the most part. But she is going to steal the duct tape and run off with it. So.
All right. So, but one thing that's pretty cool about this about this time of year, despite the seasonal affective drop, is it's pumpkin spice season.
It is pumpkin spice season. Now, I mean, we haven't really talked about it on the channel too much, but if you listen to our podcast or you follow us on any social media at all, you guys know we are witches.
This is true.
Not that that's like a scary bad thing or anything. If you're a Christian, I'm not trying to convert you or anything like that. This is just like, think of it as superstitions that help, really, for those that are more mundanely focused. So one of the things that people don't talk about, and generally should more, is that pumpkin spice, it has 3 prosperity ingredients in it. These would be ingredients that you would use, like, say, on a candle if you wanted to increase money in your life. So the basic white girls might have it right. Just saying.
It's possible.
And if you like that sort of thing, if it's not death to you, because I know a couple people are allergic to clove and cinnamon, which it would absolutely be death for. But if you're not allergic to it,
that's a bad. If you're allergic, it's a bad.
Yeah, just
don't do.
But if you're not allergic, I do suggest try it out, and you might like it. You might not. And then, but my absolute. Oh, let's talk about fall drinks. Actually.
Yeah.
Yeah, my absolute. I have like 3 really favorite fall drinks.
All right.
Chai with pumpkin spice added.
Pretty tasty.
Of course, the PSL, pumpkin spice latte.
I'm
basic. I can't have that. But this is the sleeper cell here. Caramel apple cider. Hot caramel apple cider.
Yes.
And you can get that at pretty much any coffee house in the area. The Starbucks, they use like apple juice and then heat that up. And that's okay, but it's not cider.
No.
It's not cider. So, but if you've never tried that shit's awesome.
Well, let me tell you what's awesome.
Yeah.
Let me break it down for you.
All right, then.
If you haven't had it yet, I mean, all that's great. All that's fantastic. But apple cider, okay? I'm talking about a warm apple cider.
Right.
Put a little cinnamon in it, which everybody knows that cinnamon's not a secret.
Yeah.
I like to put a whole stick of cinnamon in that guy.
Oh, yeah.
And then, furthermore, you come back for more, buddy? We're not talking about magic anymore. We're talking about regular old drinks. Little nutmeg.
Yeah.
A little bit of nutmeg in there.
Alton Brown actually keeps emergency nutmeg on him.
There you go. Just a little.
Just a little hydroplane. Microplane and
hydroplane. Nice.
Hydroplane. Yep. That's more of a summer activity. I'm rolling.
All right. So, but yeah, that's my and if I'm feeling fairly fancy, I will. And I haven't done this in the entirety of the time that we've been together, so it's not like this is just like a.
Every
Swinging
once
for the
in a
fences. While. This is like once a decade. You get the mulling spices.
Oh, yeah.
Mulled cider, dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
I haven't done that in a while either.
Mulled cider is...
It is the shit.
What? So good.
Yes. Yeah.
So yeah, and of course, you know, we're in an area of the world, or in the country that is pretty rich with apples. So... Cider's everywhere, man.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited.
We got like 5 orchards, like within spitting distance.
It's great.
Sick.
So, he announced it publicly, so I'm going to talk about it. One of my friends from high school, rather close friends from high school, is moving back to Michigan from LA after, I want to say, 20 years.
Wow.
It's been a long while. He's
That's...
not, I think like the last child of mine that he met might have been Lily.
Yeah.
And that was on a visit back home. And she's not Lily anymore. I keep forgetting that. I named her that, and I've been referring to her as that for 20 years now. But my daughter recently changed her name to Marie. That's going to take me a minute to get used to. I'm sorry, Marie. I love you. I'm sorry I suck at being a mom, but I'm trying.
Come on, you don't suck at being a mom.
But yeah.
Change is hard.
Yeah, Marie, I think, is the only one of my kids that has met Garen. and actually knows who he is. I don't know that my sons even know he exists. They might not. Well, I know I've mentioned him in passing numerous times.
It's somewhere
your kids know about him.
Somewhere in the coding. Well, yeah.
Your kids. Yeah, so I'm pretty excited about that because I haven't seen him in a while. So
hey, if you ever end up seeing this, on the outside chance, I look forward to meeting you.
Yeah.
Heard a lot about you.
He mentioned me. He said, I can be on your podcast. I can be a celebrity on your podcast. Laughing,
that would be dope.
Joking.
I dig it.
But yeah, Garen is actually on the podcast right now, Never Not Funny, as the intern. I'm not sure if they're just going to keep zooming him in or what they're going to do.
They said they were on Twitter.
Oh, sweet.
They said for the foreseeable future, he's going to be on the show. So
dope.
Yeah.
Because he does a really great job on that. And, you know, I like to see my friends do well.
For sure.
So that's happening. And that's kind of exciting. I'm very excited about that.
Oh, yeah.
Because I get to hang out with my old buddy.
That's sick.
Because, like, a lot of my... I don't talk about this too often, but, like, a lot of my friends that I was very, very close to growing up, they live elsewhere. And they're busy. We don't keep up with each other's lives very well. Like, you know, when we call each other, it's like no time has passed. But we don't call each other. Because we're always so busy and we don't want to disturb one another, and like we're all really like that hyper polite kind of person. It's crazy. So you know, we don't really talk, and like I haven't had like the tight kind of girl group that I had in high school and college probably for really long. I want to say close to 20 years. I mean, with intermittent times where I've made other little girl gangs and, you know, little girl gangs. That sounds
girl
bad.
Gangs.
But girl gangs.
Girl gang.
But I don't really get that opportunity, and, you know, to hang out with like people that I'm actually kind of close to. There are exceptions to that. There's Kitty and Scott, of course, which we mentioned a lot on the show. Because, you know, I've known Kitty since high school as well. But, you know, like people I consider family, like living in LA and Colorado and Pittsburgh and just every fucking where. And like they didn't concentrate in one spot either, notice. Like, had they all just been like, we're all moving to Florida, it's like, oh, hey, I have summer plans. Great. No, like, we got 2 in Florida. We got, like, 2 in Colorado, 1 or 2 in LA. Gosh, yeah. There are others that I know that are friends of mine that live in LA. And then, you know, like 2 in Chicago, a couple on the west side of the state, you know. So it's always a good time when we all get together and stuff. But, like, you know, we're all pretty busy most of the time.
Yeah.
Like, I kind of, the thing that's interesting about my group is like we're pretty okay with canceling plans. Like that's like it makes us feel better when we make plans and then cancel them. Like, you know, what that says is we're all a little mentally ill. And I speak for me when I say a little. You know, the other ladies and gents have it kind of on point as far as I can tell. You know, we're like Kansas. Tell me. No, don't tell me. Never mind. I don't want to know.
Only for a moment. Then the moment's gone. It slips away. And all your money won't another minute buy. Dust in the wind. All we are is dust in the wind.
Very good. Very good.
Well, you said Kansas. What am I supposed to do?
Carry on your wayward son?
Yeah, that's the other one.
But yeah, so we kind of talked about the hat. We talked about Steve's hat. This hat,
well, I mean,
is left over from my sons. My sons left this here.
Yep.
You know, not here, but like 2 iterations of here ago.
With you.
With me. They left it with me. Well, I should say they left it with Marie. And then Marie said, this is too painful for me to have around. Can you take it? And so I took it. You know, we're estranged from my sons. So it can be a little rough sometimes. But, you know, I know they're out there. And, you know, we love each other. And that's all that really matters. You know, I don't need to have that affirmed every single day. And, you know, that's kind of how I've made peace with that. Getting real deep on camera tonight. Deep thoughts. So, yo. So we talked a little about seasonal affective. We talked about Frank Jaws. We talked about our hats. Ah, yes. Should all the sad bitches get together for a sad bitches stream where, like, we watch Kate Bush videos and discuss our feelings about them, or, like, other music videos of the same kind of really odd ilk?
There you go.
Let us know in the comments if you'd like to see us stream something and what that thing might be, because I'm thinking about picking it back up again.
Yeah?
Yeah, I miss the attention.
All right.
I don't miss the attention. No, I don't. But it's just, it kind of makes sense if, we're going to be doing YouTube and stuff that we also stream every now and again. And, video games are fun to stream, don't get me wrong, but the stuff that seems to do best here is like when we're just hanging out being ourselves. So,
yeah,
like, I feel like an evaluation of video choices might be a fun one.
Nice.
We could read a story. We could go for a walk.
We have many talents.
We could go for a walk, but not too far.
I would run a screwy one-shot D&D game.
Yeah. We've mentioned that we're willing to do that.
Not with our regular group, because that's
a lot.
That's like.
But like the elite squad.
It's like a parliament concert. I don't want to say elite squad because nobody's better than anybody else. It's just that there's it's like a parliament concert. We need to pare it down to maybe even just like starting over with a group of 3 strangers. I actually wanted, I don't think it would work for streaming or recording or anything, but I desperately want to get a game together with you and your brother and Dame and Scott Turner.
That would be like ideal streaming.
That's like, I don't even know what to do with that. I couldn't handle that kind of swag. That's swagalicious is what that is.
Yeah. And I will link my brother's YouTube channel in the description.
There you go.
Because, not that I think he's got like 4 videos up there, and like 3 of them are him streaming DJing, where half of it's been removed because it violates terms of service.
It's a lot of stuff. There.
Yeah. He's got his ice bucket challenge and other old shit up there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
I believe he ripped records onto the YouTubes.
Okay.
Yeah, on a FLAC Orbis file and just put it into a video file.
And that doesn't get buffed for...
Well, maybe it does now. Violation. This was like 10 years ago, so maybe it does now.
There you go.
But yeah, I'll link to an Absolutely Dead YouTube channel.
There you go. Hey, good times.
But it's got my brother on it, and that makes it worth the price of admission.
Fantastic.
Because he's, it's a cartoon.
He's a fantastic man.
And
I love him to pieces.
Yes.
So, something I decided to start working on again today was I'm designing a tarot deck.
Yay.
So, for, people that like the tarot cards.
And the idea that Dame came up with on Twitter today with that, it having the definition right on there.
No, I'm definitely going to, they're going to, in presentation, they're going to be more similar to like Magic the Gathering cards, where there'll be a segment of a description on it. Because anybody that's done tarot, it's there's either one of 2 things happen. Either when you're doing your reading, okay, I'm just going to lay it out there. Not everybody can memorize shit. Not everybody's great at it. So what end up happening is you get people that talk out of their ass. So then that kind of discredits the rest of the diviners out there. So like people that do readings. So it's like
the fog machine going.
Yeah, it's like because we're talking about ooky shit.
Mm-hmm.
So you get people that are just making shit up on the fly. In which case, why even do a reading? Just say a bunch of shit.
Well, but there are pros and cons to that, though.
Okay.
Because there's some diviners that actually get the information by looking at the tarot card, and they just kind of go off the fly. Like, I've done that a few times.
Sure.
You have to enter a particular state of mind. It's kind of hard to do.
Right.
It's kind of one of those muscles that if you don't exercise, it goes away. So there are a lot of reasons, but having the definition right on the card for those of us who have short-term or long-term memory loss or loss due to weed.
I'm thinking just like a few words, just like 5 words maybe.
Yep.
Just like things to spark off, and sometimes like strength. There's your word because that's the name of the card, but you also it's like strength. It gives it a context of some kind, like dealing with yada yada.
Science, asbestos, curtain.
All those things.
That's a Portal reference.
Camera. Oh, sorry.
That's a Portal reference.
Yeah, I get you.
Because it's science, asbestos, curtain. I don't remember what the first word actually is.
Yeah.
But there's a first word that isn't science. But yeah.
Yeah, so. Just it's something I'm gonna work on. It's gonna probably take a long time, but I'm prepared to. What else am I doing? I mean, I'm doing a lot of things, but none of them have a what do you call it? A deadline.
Right. Yeah. But yeah, as far as coming up for this week, next week, all that stuff on the YouTube channel. Mm-hmm. So as usual, Mario Monday until we run out of Mario, which we just got to the first Bowser world on Mario when we were playing through.
Yeah.
So there's a fairly good chance that series will be ending soon, which I remember it not being a super long game, so that makes sense. And we have played probably close to 30 hours of it now, I want to say. 20, 30?
Couldn't tell you. There. I have no idea. It feels like it just flies by.
Because those first 15 or those first 12 episodes came from one 6-hour play session that we had.
Yeah.
So when you see these little 15-minute increments, know that there are some things, of course, missing from them because I had to cut them because it's you don't want to watch Steve die 20 times in the same spot. Mm-hmm. I don't want to watch Steve die 20 times.
Steve will die a lot of times.
That's the thing is that, video games you learn by failing.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
And that's, it's actually an interesting concept that we should probably kind of look back on.
Okay.
Because there are folks that actually have a condition that it's so horrid to fail that that failure also results in a failure to learn.
Wow.
Because they're so discouraged. Mm-hmm. So I can't remember what the hell the disorder is called, but it is definitely a thing because I believe somebody I know was diagnosed with it.
Cool. Yeah, I don't know what it's called either.
But yeah, it's a fun little abnormality that we should talk about sometime. But anyway, back to Mario. We did just get to the first Bowser world there. Now I don't know if there are any additional Bowser worlds.
I have done no research on this game.
I
just know there's an Italian plumber in it.
A bunch of shit happened.
Peach. I'm just saying.
Peach, Pauline. We know that now.
All those things. Yeah, there's Mario City.
Mario City.
I just named my own stuff.
It's Mario City, New Donk City, whatever, same thing.
And we're still doing the Final Fantasy. We're moving through that. That's slow moving though because
there's some grinding that has to go.
It's a long RPG. I mean, it's not long. It's not like hundreds and thousands of hours, but it's a slog. You
can put some pretty decent time into it.
For sure.
Yeah. So that is definitely a thing.
Yep, we're still producing road trips.
We're still producing road trips as well. I have one on the queue right now that I've been editing parts of the day. Pew pew. So that will be available at 8:15 the day before you see this. So let me know how I did.
I'm sure it'll be great. And and then we got we're gonna have a fake ad.
Fake ad Friday, and this one is a revision.
Ooh.
We went back to the first fake ad we did. Was that the first one?
Excite Bike?
Excite Bike.
That's the first one.
Post-apocalyptic death Excite Bike. Steve went back through and retooled it. Because I had originally done it when I was first learning how to edit, so it looked a little bit like a PowerPoint presentation.
I'm just...
It did. We know it did, but that was kind of the aesthetic we were trying to go for at that point because we thought it was funny.
Okay, I'll stop. I locked up the mouth. I shouldn't have said nothing.
We have a joke about that.
Ooh!
All right. So, yeah, we were doing some work for another YouTube channel at some point.
I need to get into all that nonsense.
But, one of the things in the in the ending credits is like you should keep things moving. That's why you've noticed recently I've started moving the car around and started just doing all kinds of fun edits there. But if y'all haven't played with the Adobe Lightning, which I feel like probably most of you haven't, and that's probably an interesting thing, but like they come up with the weirdest descriptions for this shit. Like amplitude, I get that. Okay, so how far the bumpy bumps are. I get that. Segments. Okay, that kind of makes sense, right?
Yeah.
You know, and then it's like detail. Okay.
Could mean a lot of things.
Right. And like some of these are like made up statistics that make no sense whatsoever to the phenomenon that is lightning. You're just like looking at it and it's like, I don't know what I want. And then like the things that you would think would make sense. Like for example, on the outside of the lightning, there's like, you know, there's one color on the outside of the lightning and then one color on the inside of the lightning, and then you can fade them together. So you would think standard lightning would be white and yellow.
Sure.
Because white, because it's very, very hot, and yellow because some of the cooler lightning that you see is yellow.
Right.
And then sometimes you see blue. It's pretty rare, but you sometimes see it.
Sure.
No, like you try to do white and yellow, and it looks like shite. Just bad. But yeah, that's my vent for today.
All right.
But I think it's just I don't know how to use it properly.
That's okay. It comes with time. Yeah. So it'll come out. It'll be like an inspiration, like a bolt from the blue. All right. And on that note, and the Sam clock just started going off, so we should probably sign off.
Yep.
It's been a pleasure.
It's been a pleasure. We'll see y'all next week. Bye-bye.
Bye.
And enjoy that banging music. Let me tell you guys about that, actually.
Oh.
That song is called, I believe it's called Sip Racer.
Okay.
I want to give proper credit where credit's due because I haven't yet. Yeah, it is called Sip Racer, and it is by Freedom Trail Studio.
All right.
So if you happen to see them out and about,
cool.
Thank them for our awesome outro. Take care and see you next week. Bye.